Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a poor woodcutter who lived with his wife and son. The family was so poor that they didn't even have a proper house to live in. They lived in a small hut made out of mud and thatch. But despite being poor, the family was happy. One day, the woodcutter's wife said, "I'm tired of eating plain rice every day. I wish we could eat delicious food and live a comfortable life." The woodcutter said, "Don't be sad, I'll cut some wood tomorrow, and we'll make a nice fire and cook some delicious food." So, the woodcutter cut some wood the next day, and they made a fire and cooked some delicious food. As they were eating, they heard a knock at the door. They ignored it since they didn't expect anyone to visit them. But the knocking continued, and so the woodcutter's son went to see who it was. To his surprise, he found a golden bird sitting on his doorstep. The bird looked beautiful, and the feathers on its tail glittered like gold coins. The bird said to him, "If you let me stay in your home for 7 days, I will give you a golden feather every day. And you can exchange these feathers for money and become rich." The bird then flew inside the house and perched on the roof. The boy ran to tell his parents about the golden bird, and they welcomed the bird into their home. Every day the bird would give them a golden feather, and after 7 days, the family had a bag full of golden feathers. The woodcutter and his wife were very happy and thought that their lives were finally going to change for the better. But one day, the birds stopped giving them golden feathers. On the 8th day, when the woodcutter's son went to collect the feather from the bird, it said, "I won't be able to give you a golden feather today, but I'll give you a chance to earn lots of gold yourself." The boy was confused and asked, "What do you mean?" The bird said, "If you can bring me a handful of the finest rice grains tomorrow, I will grant you 3 wishes." The boy didn't know what to do, but he didn't want to disappoint his parents, so he decided to try. He went to the field and started collecting rice grains. He did this all day long, but he still didn't have enough to fulfill the bird's request. Just when he was about to give up, an old farmer saw him and asked what he was doing. The boy explained his situation, and the farmer said, "I can help you. But you need to promise me that you'll help me in my field for 1 month without pay." The boy agreed, and the farmer took him to his field, where magical things happened. The rice plants had grown extremely tall, and they were laden with ripe grains. With the help of the farmer, the boy was able to collect a handful of the finest rice grains, and he took them back to the golden bird. The bird was impressed with the quality of the rice, and said, "You have earned your reward. Ask for your wishes." The boy thought for a moment and said, "I want to be rich so that I can take care of my parents." The bird waved its magic wand and poof, the boy was no longer poor. He had gold coins and precious jewels. He also had fine clothes and a horse. The bird then disappeared. The boy went to his parents and told them that they would never have to worry about money again. He gave them gold coins and fine clothes, and they all lived happily ever after. The boy kept his promise and worked in the farmer's field for 1 month. When he finished his work, the farmer was so happy with him that he gave him a sack of gold coins and a beautiful horse. The boy thanked the farmer and returned home. He was now rich and could provide for his parents and himself. They no longer had to worry about money and lived happily ever after.